When chemistry feels real, Song Zuer and Ding Yuxi are winning hearts in Si Gong Ling. Hello everyone, welcome to Chinese Stars, your place for the latest in Asian entertainment. If you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to subscribe and stay with us for more updates. What if the most convincing on-screen romance isn't acting at all? Because right now, Song Zuer and Ding Yuxi have people seriously questioning what's real. There's something about certain on-screen pairings you can't fully explain, you just feel it. And that's exactly what's happening with the early buzz around Si Gong Ling. What started as a few behind-the-scenes clips has quickly turned into a wave of attention, not because of heavy promotion, but because of how natural everything looks between them. Nothing feels staged, nothing feels forced, and that's exactly why people can't look away. One scene in particular has been circulating everywhere, and it's surprisingly simple. Set in a vast field of yellow flowers, the visuals are soft and warm, almost like something you would expect from a carefully crafted film still. Song Zuer stands in front, focused on flying a kite, while Ding Yuxi remains just behind her, watching quietly. There's no dramatic dialogue, no exaggerated gestures, just a steady gaze that says more than any scripted line could. When she nearly loses her balance, he steps in without hesitation and catches her, and the moment flows so naturally that it feels less like acting and more like instinct. It's the kind of scene that doesn't need explanation, because you can feel it. What really pulled people in, though, wasn't even the finished shot, but what happened when things didn't go as planned. In a small behind-the-scenes moment, she struggles to return a knife to its sheath, missing again and again, and instead of breaking the mood, it creates something unexpectedly real. They look at each other, laugh, and lean in closer without thinking, completely dropping any sense of distance. There's a kind of ease there that's hard to fake, the kind that usually only shows up when two people genuinely connect. Watching it, you almost forget there are cameras around at all. That quiet, unspoken chemistry becomes even more interesting when you place it within the story of Si Gong Ling itself. The narrative follows a young woman who rises through the palace using her culinary skills, carrying both ambition and emotional weight, while the prince beside her moves carefully through power and politics, holding back more than he reveals. Their relationship isn't built on grand declarations, but on small moments of support, restraint, and understanding. It mirrors what people are already seeing off-camera, which makes everything feel more believable, almost like the story is extending beyond the script. There's also a sense that both actors are arriving at the right moment in their careers. Song Zuer has been steadily proving that she can carry complex roles with a kind of grounded sincerity, while Ding Yuxi continues to refine a style that feels controlled yet expressive. When those two approaches meet, the result isn't loud or overwhelming, but it lingers. It gives the audience space to feel rather than just watch, and that's something not every production manages to achieve. At the same time, Ding Yuxi has been drawing attention for his performance in The Genius Game, a project that didn't rely on heavy promotion but still managed to find its audience through word of mouth. That quiet success adds another layer to how people are now looking at him, not just as a familiar face in costume dramas, but as someone capable of surprising depth. It makes his presence in this new series feel even more worth paying attention to. In the end, what's making people stay isn't just the visuals, the setting, or even the storyline. It's the feeling that what you're watching might be just a little bit real. Not in a literal sense, but in the way their reactions don't seem calculated, in the way their presence softens each scene without effort. And in a space where audiences are used to polished performances and carefully constructed moments, that kind of sincerity stands out more than anything else.